I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. We are moments away from what should be an excellent matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Philadelphia Eagles. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, the city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the latter when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the guy out of California, the former Cal Bear, Jared Goff.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. One touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. And here are the starters for Philadelphia.
And the schedule makers have given them a little break right here. Back-to-back home games, and they won last week. So they're trying to make it 2 in a row before they hit the road next week. They have to take advantage of this break in the schedule.
14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Now it's Goff off the bootleg. This will be caught. Tyrell Williams. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 23 yards on the play. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
Now it's Gurley. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Now on 2nd and 13. Goff toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Here now the starters defensively for the Vikings. They were terrific a week ago in the win over the Lions.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, the head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to be looking at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Goff. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. The screen does get him 9, but it also brings up a 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Here's Michael Badgley ready for the field goal try. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. Badgley able to punch this one through. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
It's pretty much become the norm when we see guys come out before a game and go through the route tree with their receivers. I thought it was exciting for us to see the exact same thing happen in practice.
He's so meticulous, isn't he?
He really is, and that tells me it's not just a one-time-a-week thing. They work on it all the time, trying to hone that fine edge. They want to see if they can get in sync and stay in sync in this one.
Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And out across midfield down to the 45. That goes for a gain of 31.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. From the gun, Lane. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Let's take a look here at the offense for Minnesota.
And a big key is going to be how can these wideouts create separation from the defensive backs, because we've seen some early success in the passing game in this one, and that's going to need to continue.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
When you think of Mike Daniels, you think of strength. Hard to knock off the football, but surprising quickness and ability to move and evade people. How about that play there?
Well, he can squat 600 pounds, so that's how he caught people's attention coming into the league, and he caught our attention right there. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience is early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play on it.
By the way, where did the Grasshopper thing come from? I know it's been around for a long time.
Yeah, you know, I'll have to tell you that some other time.
Back to football. Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over this one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions,
live
right?
Conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice, where you just pop it up there, no rush, no pressure. I think maybe that takes a couple of yards away from you when you have to do it when it's real.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
And now out comes Minnesota. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
A look now at the defensive starters for Philadelphia. They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers. Takeaways, they call them. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really, really good performance. They exceeded that number in a big way.
On second down, Mixon. He'll get 3 up to midfield. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Line of scrimmage is the 8 on 2nd and 8. Goff going to hand it to Gurley. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. The tally there, minus 2 yards. Brings up 3rd down.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. Do you see how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Okay.
Out of the gun, Goff. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brandon Graham, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the first quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of excitement because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the quarterback this week? But they have to be careful. When you have that much pressure, they want to use it against you. Draws, screens, those types of plays.
We'll see if they do that. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position, 1st and 10. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it up. 2nd and 4. He's going to air this thing out deep for Thomas. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Lane. And Woods has it complete.
Let's go, baby.
3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Well, Lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. The numbers for Mixon last week, 23 carries, 87 yards.
And well-liked by his teammates. In fact, I got on good authority, even though I'm not an investigative reporter, that in their team meeting this week, the offensive line stood up and said, Coach, we've got to have better yardage for this guy. He's number 9 in the league. He's got to be in the top 3 before the season's over.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Robert Woods. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Vikings have taken the lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? R-A-C?
Run after catch. And he loves that. And he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Ryan Suckup on for the point after. So he missed his lone field goal try, but he's got this one as that extends their lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's polished off by a Viking score. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result, because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move to influence the defensive front to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him, sat there waiting for him and made the play.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. Now it's gone. And that is incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
Here's Sam Cook now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Levante David in on the tackle.
Check.
Looking to throw on second down. Lane. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Let's go.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Come on, set, 8, read. Watch it, 2.
Mixon with a first down carry. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
556.
Off play action. Lane. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw. Lane. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Well, 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Todd Gurley and the offense, they get set and trot back out there now. He's just been looking for some space. You know, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up
a quick throw there out to Williams. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd. Goff. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not sure what you're thinking here, partner, but I believe the officials have done a nice job here getting together and then coming out and indicating that there was a receiver in the area.
Absolutely, and he was in the area. Correct call made, no grounding. Now Benjamin. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So here are the Vikings to take over. Last week, good result. They were able to beat the Detroit Lions, and now they are on the good side of the scoreboard right now as well. Off the play fake. Lane. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. On 2nd down now, Mixon. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
And that's called winning at the point of attack, isn't it? Right there at the line of scrimmage. I know he's a little bummed out now. He doesn't get credit for a tackle for a loss, but no gain, his guys will take that.
And speaking of winning, to be as cheesy as we can, he was the winner of the NFC Defensive Player of the Week award from last week, so he's really stringing together some good football.
So not only did he get a gold star, he might have gotten a gold watch too, huh?
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Kenny Golladay making his way back onto the field with the rest of this offense. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well. And they're really excited that he has no catches, but they're also worried because a lot of times that's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Well, he can be a load to handle off the edge, and he can do it against the pass. Sure, he can do it against the run like he did there.
And you mentioned a load. How about having to adjust to his speed as well? Because not only does he bring some pop, he brings some dash as well. A nice play in that situation.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Goff. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. The Eagles on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Well, they opted not to run it. They completed the pass on 3rd and 2, but they lost yardage to bring up 4th.
Well, give credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They snuffed out the play. But it does bring into question, 1, the play call, because they didn't run the ball there. They could have run it. And 2, just not getting it. That's got to be deflating for them.
Here's Sam Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, Mixon. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. He'll get 15 and a Vikings 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
70 Indy.
On 2nd down now, Mixon, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down. On 1st down, Mixon pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Down. 60-yard.
They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. On 3rd down, Mixon. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
all runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a first carry for the backup, Isaiah Crowell. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
On 2nd down, here's Crowell. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
10-2 stop. Check right 54. Yo, faster.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now this throw caught left side. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. Looking to throw. Lane. Open man. He's got him. The tight end, Hawkinson. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target.
18 Gator. 54 Mike. Hey, man. Watch the boot. Be careful.
Operating from the gun. Lane. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Robert Woods, the intended receiver that time. But it'll be 2nd and goal.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it.
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Robert Woods with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Extra point put through by Suckup, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Goff on first down. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Here's Goff. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, Goff. Throwing deep for Goff. This is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Kenny Golladay, his 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are back within a single score.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Michael Badgley on for the extra point. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the gun, Lane. Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Back to throw, Lane. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw, Lane. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Tyrell Williams heading back out onto the field now. He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the second quarter. Gurley. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 8. Then he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. On the run, it's Mixon. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Throwing on 3rd and long. Lane. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
10 Nova. Coming to you, coming to you. Hey, watch it, watch it.
They'll run on 1st down. Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. That was shades of Tennessee volunteer football back in the 80s with Charles Davis coming up from the secondary to make the tackle for a loss.
You mean my teammates doing that, right? Because they would tell you, my coach would say, where's that tape? I want to see that. But how about the complete package there? Not just playing the pass, but being a willing tackler and making a really nice play.
Kill, kill, kill.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a 1st down with his very next run.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. It's Mixon on the counter, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. On 2nd down, Mixon. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, Lane. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the 2nd half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Back to throw, Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. 30 yards there, and, of course, the 1st down as well.
And that one hurts defensively. They forced him into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3-and-out. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Gone. He gets it to Humphreys. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. Goff. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 34-yard line.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Goff now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. Now this one complete on the slant route. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. To throw again on 2nd down, Goff. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. I don't think Gurley got there. Looks like the defense held him back. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that first down gain of 8. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Badgley's kick is good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, Carter, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Throwing to start the drive. Lane. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. They run the counter. Mixon. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
We play to win. Let's go.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Go set. 18 Gator.
I got you, boy.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Back to throw. Lane. And he fires one incomplete. The intended receiver there was Jonnu Smith, but it's going to be 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Mixon. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
60 outlaw.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54.
From the gun on 3rd down. Lane. But he will have a man. Demaryius Thomas. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. A pickup of 5 that time and a first down. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Lane. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings.
We always hear from coaches how much they like to run crossing routes because they want to hit their receivers on the go, get them the ball, and keep them moving. How about when you hit a tight end that way? Okay, the receivers are going to run past you most of the time. The tight end, they can do their damage a different way, break a few tackles and really scatter some people, can't they?
And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter play.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line.
Again, it's Mixon.
Check it back.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. On the delay, it's Mixon. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
But forget knowing where the 1st down line was. His defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They have more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Man, sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Philadelphia.
Line 20.
58, right there. Hey, tighten down. There you go.
Now a 1st down throw. Gone. It's caught. Humphreys. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards there and an Eagle 1st down. There's Goff.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage. The drag route can be effective when it's run well.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Mike,
Go, son. 180.
come on, D.
A play fake to Gurley. Now Goff. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Janoris Jenkins with good coverage that time as he was able to get in there and knock it away. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Goff. Safarian Jenkins has it. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a 1st down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. To the air again. Goff. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Adam Humphries. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And once again, the Eagles are back out in front. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. This is Mixon on the draw, and he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Ready? 10-2 stop. Ready?
From the gun on 3rd down, Lane, and this is caught. Demaryius Thomas.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And out will come the offense as they take over. Kenny Golladay making his way back onto the field with the rest of this offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
That's good for 28 yards. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Goff now looks to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. Nikel Roby-Coleman there defensively. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Goff now to throw. That is incomplete. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
We got 4.
Throwing again is Goff. Throwing deep for Golladay. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Vikings now heading onto the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Oh, Thomas unable to reel that one in. And now it's second down. To throw again, Lane.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Throwing on first down, Lane. And he rifles one incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and that'll bring up second down. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Second and 10. And he slings one that's incomplete. Looking to go back to Thomas again, and now it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a third and 10. And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Nasir Adderley making like his Hall of Fame cousin Herb as he gets a hand in to knock it away.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams and the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football and knock it away.
Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one may be his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
The Eagles' offense now gets set to head back onto the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. His throw incomplete. Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. Now it's Goff. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down. From Viking territory now, they'll come up first and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now Goff. He gets it to Gurley, complete. Dancing away at the 30. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Yeah. You don't want none.
Again, Goff. And his throw is going to be incomplete. The intended receiver that time, Adam Humphries. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Goff throwing again. And that one's complete to Gurley. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 14.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay.
Offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5.
Still 1st down.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Watch his flat. Watch his flat. Whip.
Goff. And his throw is incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now Goff. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Goff. And that will be incomplete. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a 1-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. Badgley able to knock this one through, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So all eyes on this Vikings offense. Down by 6, 2:18 on the clock. Plenty of time here. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning as they've got it 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Lane. This will be caught by Brown. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. A gain of 6 there on 1st. He'll look to throw.
Let's go. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Got him in. It's Brown. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. They'll look to throw. And that's complete to Brown. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Back to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. They were trying to go to Brown once again, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Push him back. Shoot.
He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. It's Ryan Kerrigan getting the sack. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Another carry now for Gurley. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for Philadelphia, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.